Hello folks, I am walking back to the river to take a video because I left my camera in the car. I don't know why I didn't think of using my phone, but here we are heading over to Buffalo Brook. Today I met up with a prospecting group, Nutmeg Prospectors out of Connecticut. I had traveled over here to Vermont from the east central part of New Hampshire. Being on the river is so nice and the sounds are soothing. Just look how clean that water looks. We had a group of over 15 people that came up to prospect for the day. Some were new, and they got help from the experienced prospectors. We were spread out up and down the brook in this little section. It was a joy to meet up with friends and some new people. 3 of these folks I met for the first time last September at a fall prospector rendezvous up at Coos Canyon in Bryan, Maine. This was my first prospecting adventure for the year. I was sore and tired at the end of it, and it will take days for me to recover. I didn't get much sleep the night before, probably due to the excitement and anticipation. One of the things I noticed here was all the different types of stones compared to New Hampshire or Maine. The concentrates were much different, less coarse, but full of black sands, which typically could be a good sign for gold. As far as the weather goes, I was hoping it would have been sunnier and warmer. It ended up being mostly cloudy with just a few quick peeks of the sun. There was a little rain, but mostly it sprinkled or misted throughout the day. It was cold and the water was freezing. Initially my hands were freezing and eventually I seemed to adjust. Coming up here and over to the left across the river is where I decided to make my claim. It looked like a nice enough spot for me to put my pack of gear and buckets aside. I only had boots that went up to the middle of my shins, so I was limited how deep I went. Straight across is where I was. I was able to pan to the right of that spot, where there was a small sandbar. I was able to find a little of gold in each of my pans, just enough to keep me digging. Although it never really amounted to much, it's better than getting skunked. Just to the right of me was another prospector who had boots that went up to his hip and was able to enter deeper water. He fared well comparingly, and even got himself a small picker. Here I am walking back to my car. I had a good day overall. Met some great people, learned about the area, enjoyed nature, and even got a tiny bit of gold. My lips may be moving, but the funny thing is I found out later I didn't have my sound on. Many of in the group were able to find a tiny bit of gold. You'll never get rich up here. The richness you find is being in nature and amongst friends. I'll probably come back again in the future in warmer weather and upstream more and hopefully fare better. I hope you enjoyed watching this and learned something about Buffalo Brook and a bit of Vermont. And maybe someday I will meet you somewhere on a river. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribe. Here are a couple of shots of the tiny bit of gold I got. Yes, there is gold in many places. Just have to work at it.